The changing face of Christianity in Europe after Pope Francis' faith, secularism, and cultural shifts. Imagine the scene. A Berlin priest gets a frantic call from a parishioner one lazy afternoon. She's just discovered someone left the church unlocked. His calm response? Asking what exactly happened. Turns out, someone lit a candle. In a city like Berlin, where fewer than 20% identify with mainstream Christianity, that simple act is surprisingly rebellious, deeply human, and quietly subversive. Now, as Catholics mourn Pope Francis, the church he's leaving behind still claims growth. 10% more members in 12 years. But across Europe, the story is different. Christianity, once dominant, is retreating. In Germany and England, only about 45 to 46% of the population now claims some Christian affiliation. Ireland, which a decade ago was over 80% Roman Catholic, has seen that number drop and the no-religion camp explode of nearly 190%. These shifts are staggering, revealing a continent where faith is no longer assumed. Ireland's relationship with the church viewed Pope Francis's visit in 2018 as a reset, clergy and state stepping into a more secular, modern Europe. Yet, beneath that moment of renewal, questions linger. Was this a true shift or just the calm before the next change? The Vatican's own Arturo Sosa suggested recently that secularism isn't the end of the quest for meaning. Instead, curiosity about religion might grow, leading young people to explore faith communities not as blind followers, but as explorers. Meanwhile, in Ireland, generations raised in secular comfort, thanks ironically to Catholic-run schools, now find themselves questioning the place of faith amid the chaos of modern life. Popular culture reflects this spiritual curiosity, with writers like Sally Rooney embedding religious themes in bestsellers, and others like Lamarna Ash exploring why many young people crave community, something social media, paradoxically, can't fully provide. While some dismiss religion altogether, many high-profile artists, Bono, Sinead O'Connor, Nick Cave, continue to seek and express spiritual truths, often casting doubt on traditional dogmas, but still drawn to the divine. Traditional parish life fades, replaced by niche spiritual offerings, from Latin masses to novel church movements. In Northern Ireland, nearly half the population identifies as Catholic or from a Catholic background, yet across Europe, surveys show over half of the cultural or lapsed believers hold private beliefs in some higher power. Many are longing for something bigger, an invisible thread pulling them toward faith, even if they lack the words. This ongoing spiritual exploration mirrors the life of Leonard Cohen, a secular Jew who loved Catholic rituals and Zen Buddhism, embodying the modern seeker caught between worlds. Musicians like Nick Cave find new spiritual meanings after tragedy, highlighting that faith today is less about belonging and more about personal journey. Scholars like George Laster and theologians remind us that the sacred remains alive. Despite claims of decline, the quest for transcendence persists, an innate human drive to find the holy, to be humble before the unknown. And as Europe navigates political upheaval, from debates over migration to rising far-right movements claiming to defend Judeo-Christian roots, faith again becomes a tool of power and identity. In this tangled landscape, the legacy of figures like Dietrich Bonhoeffer, once resisted by the Trump-inspired right, serves as a warning. Faith is malleable, often weaponized, and its future depends on how societies choose to engage with their spiritual foundations. Some scholars suggest that rediscovering Judeo-Christian teachings, centered on justice, humility, and moral compassion, could help Europe avoid falling into chaos. As the Church contemplates its next pope, the question remains, who will lead this complex, shifting faith world? One thing is clear: religion in Europe isn't fading away, it's transforming, re-emerging in new forms and with new voices, urging us all to consider what's truly eternal amid the transient tides of change.